Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to be making pieces of ephemera. I've entitled this piece Enclosed Flipbook. Let me show you how I decided on its name. I have a beautiful collage little piece here. I've machine stitched around the edge. You don't have to do that. I have a portfolio closure, some baker's twine, a label, and some beautiful crinkled seam binding from my scrap cabin shop. I have a coupon down below with her link, and you can pop right over there and get yourself some beautiful crinkled seam binding. Oh, let's take a closer look. Oh, so pretty. Let's open it up and see how I came to name it Enclosed Flipbook. Opening it up just like this, and there are our pages and our flip book. Did a little stamping on the front, and there are 2 full pages. Well, I trimmed it just a little bit, but there's a lot of writing in this little flip book. There's a pocket down below with another piece of ephemera that you can just pop in there, make your notes. You could use this for your own personal use and pop it into your satchel. You could tie it onto a journal. You could send it out in Happy Mail. There's all kinds of things that you can do with these. Let's look at the blue one. Oh my goodness, now look at that beautiful color of crinkled seam binding. So beautiful. A label and a collage of papers here from Chapter 1 Papers. Let's open this one up. And there is our little stamped pages. Our writing papers are right here. I did pop a little tiny paper clip on there just to hold those papers closed so it's easier to wrap up. There's the pocket right here and a nice little journaling card. Just a little bit more of that crinkled seam binding right here for an accent. I think these turned out wonderful and very, very useful. Let me show you how I made them. I have a coffee-dyed piece of cardstock, 11 inches by 8.5 inches. And we want to fold it. I'm going to lay it down just like this, and we're going to fold it up about 2 inches shy of the top. It's not quite 2 inches. It's 2 3/4, I think it is. I'm not sure, guys. That's me and measuring, you know. That's a scary thing. Then you want to take this side. I have to turn it around because I'm right-handed. It makes it easier for me. And we're going to fold this one up, or over, I should say. So I'm lining up everything, and we'll just fold it over. Oops, line it up. I keep moving around. There we go. I think that's about right. Bringing in my bone folder. Now we look just like this. Now you get to decide, how big do you want your pieces of ephemera to be? My blue one is a little larger than my pink one, so my blue one fit on just like this, and then my pink one brought up the slack just like that. And from one sheet you're going to get 2 pieces of ephemera. It doesn't matter how you want to cut them. And let's see, which way do I want to cut these right now? Let's cut it right here. I think that would be good. Bringing in my little cutter, I'm going to pop it in, and let's just chop it. Okay, so now it's cut. Oh, my stars, they're exactly even. One's not going to be any bigger than the other. I thought it might be fun if we bring in some book pages. And let's cover a little bit of this up with some book pages. Now, because our piece of ephemera has a right way, an up and a down, and then the flap, if you want the flap to have your words or picture to be one way, you're going to need to decide that before you start, gluing things on. Ooh, I would really like that to be my top. but I don't know how to do that. It would have to be just the flap, because I need to lay my page on like this. This is the flap. It goes like this, but you're going to need to cover this, and I want it to be right side up. So if I really want that to be on my cover, then I would need to just only do the flap, but I want more than that. Maybe I want it down here a little bit. That might be fun. Okay, let's do that. I want the rest of it to be book page, so I think I'll do my book page first. All right, so here is my piece, and I'm going to do my book page first. So, or I could put my book page on the front. I keep changing, don't I? Alrighty. Because I'm not set, I'm not sure what I want. I'm going to trim this like this, because I'd like, well, actually I want a whole sentence. I don't want to, yeah, I want a full sentence starting at the border. And I'm going to pop that on just like that. And you know I don't want to really trim, I want to trim it out. I don't want to try to get it on there perfectly. And I don't want it to go all the way. I don't want to cover all of it. So I'm just going to trim it right here. All right. So hopefully I have not confused any of you. We've got our little piece right here. I know it's kind of hard to see. That might help. We've got our little piece right here. And I'm going to take my words, my page, and I'm going to have it this way. No, I thought that I did a better job than that. I did not, did I? Look at there. I cut it short. Do I have another page here? I cut it short, you guys. Let me grab another page. I was not paying attention. Where's my little button? I've lost my button. All right, so I've got another page. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to take it down to here. That's going to be plenty. Alrighty, so I'm going to bring my big guillotine in, and I'm going to chop it here. And then I'm going to cut this off. I want it to start with words, and then I'll chop it right down here at the bottom. Whoa, I almost did crooked. Okay, hopefully that's correct. Now I'm going to bring in my piece, and I'm going to glue it right like that. And that's going to be pretty. Okay, so opening it up, I'm just going to get my glue, my art glitter glue, and I'm going to add my glue. I'm just looking to see how far down do I have to go. About right there. Okay, and then I'm going to take my page, and I'm turning it just so I can kind of see where I'm at. And I'm going to glue this down nicely, using my bone folder to help me make sure everything gets glued on. Got a little bit of seepage of glue here, but that's fine. Just wipe it up a little bit. Let's give it a trim. Okay. All right, so I don't want to bend it yet, because sometimes when you bend it. Now this is going to be the flap. I'm not bending the other part up, but I want to have that. I think that would be really pretty as the front. So I'm going to add my glue onto my flap and all the way down, basically the back side. Right here at the fold. There we go. And I'm going to look at this and see where do I need to trim it. Probably about right here. I don't want to short myself again. I don't want to do that. And I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to turn it over. And then I can really rub it and get the glue to stick, get any air pockets out that there might be there, and trim. There we are. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, now I do think I need to fix this right here a little bit. I didn't get the glue all the way to the edge. Well, that's going to be a pretty combination. Very, very pretty. So if you sew, this is when you can take it to your machine and you can sew all the way around the edge. And if you don't sew, then you could ink. If you don't ink, you could just leave it plain. So there's all kinds of options that you have. Now I am going to quickly, I'm waiting for this glue to dry, guys. I don't want to bend it yet because it just always messes up on me if I bend it when my glue is wet. Yeah, it does. So, and I can feel it's super wet. I might have to take it and dry it real quick just so I don't have an issue when I'm folding it when I shouldn't be folding it. I always run into that problem. There's that fold there and there's that fold there. Kind of highlight it a little bit. Oh, it just feels so wet. We're going to go ahead and do it. We're kind of under some time crunch here, guys. We don't want this video to go on forever. We'll give it a fold. Okay, and we're going to ink it up here and here. Oh my goodness, that's different, isn't it? See, the back is upside down, and that's why you have to make sure if you have words, you want them to word right side up. Let's go ahead and let's cover the other one also, and this one could just sit and wait for a few minutes. I've got these two I thought would go really pretty together. This is a chapter 1 paper. I have to look up what this one is. I'm not really sure. I thought this would be pretty for the front, so I don't want it to go all the way down, but I do want it to go past my fold, which is right here. So I'm going to mark it because I learned from that last episode, that first time, that I had to go get some more book page, and I need to mark it. I can't just eyeball it. That's not my forte. And chop it off just like that. And then I want this to be my front. So, ooh, yeah. Do I want the darker or I want the lighter? Thinking the words or actually thinking the words would be pretty. That would be upside down, but you really wouldn't know that it was upside down. Got to get my little phone here. Okay, you wouldn't really notice that it was upside down. Okay, we'll figure that out in just a minute, but I do think this is the side that I want. Yeah. I think I want it right here. I really like these little flowers. So how far down do I need to put this? About right here. Take your lid off, Cathy. That always helps. So right here, adding my glue. Okay, very nice. Popping my paper on top, and you know, I do want those flowers. They're over here kind of on this side, but I'm going to trim around because, yeah, I'm not very good at trimming to fit. You know, when they cut something out and then you have to put it back exactly. Yeah, I'm not so good about putting it back exactly. Okay. Trimming the paper. Great. Wonderful. Alrighty. Now I want my flap. And because I want these words, so I think I'm going to cut it up. I cut it there. Yeah. If I cut it here, I'm going to cut it all the way across. Now you can use scraps. The first one I did was with scraps. Scraps just take you a little longer, and I thought doing a video it might be nice not to just do scraps, to use fuller pieces so it wouldn't take me as long. And that's why I've chosen to use full pieces. But you definitely can use up your scraps for this project. So adding my glue. I'm not sure how far this comes down. I kind of forgot. But we'll just pop it right on here like this. I'm going to trim it out. I like that trimming out. And the reason why I cut it down so much was because I really wanted my words to be on the flap, and I wanted them to be right side up. So that's why I chose to chop so much of my paper up. And I'm going to move all this paper out of the way here so I can get to my desk here. Clean it up a little bit. All right. There we are. I need to add a little bit of glue. I can see this is not completely, we didn't go all the way to the edge. I wasn't sure how far that stuck down. There we go. Simple fix, just like that. Let's look at this one. That one's going to be great. I can still feel it's wet. So let's see about this one. Let's go ahead and ink it up while it's giving it just a second more to kind of dry. I'm going to round the corners on the flap, but I'm not going to round the corners on the bottom. I'm going to keep the bottom. I think I did. Or did I round the corners on the bottom? Maybe I'm thinking about my paper. Yeah, I was thinking about my paper that I added to the inside. I did round the corners on the top and bottom of this. So maybe we could put them together. I don't know, it's still very wet. It could be a chewing match here happening. Okay. Okay. I didn't do a very good job there. Let's try that again. There we go. Doing it all at once. Get them evened up a little better. There we go. Alrighty. So now what I want to do is I am going to pop on over to my machine and I'm going to sew mine. But as you can see, you do not have to sew yours. There's nothing wrong with leaving it unsewn, not anything at all. But I'm kind of working on some bundles, and so I am going to go ahead and sew this, and I'll give it a little bit more chance to dry. I think I'll run the dryer on it. Alright, so I've got them a little drier, and I have sewn around the edge. Look how beautiful that one is looking. Oh, very, very pretty. And this is the one with the book page and a little bit of digital up here. You could use your scrapbook papers. That would work perfect right up there out of your paper pads. Perfect. Now what we want to do is we want to put our pocket down below. So I've got a scrap from when we put on, let's see, it's this one right here. So it does not matter which end I use. I'm going to fold this over just a tiny bit, and the reason why I'm doing that, I just want to make my pocket just be a little sturdier. That's what I'm trying to say. Just make it sturdier. So this is just regular copy weight paper. It's copy paper, so it's lighter weight. And I don't want it to be, I don't want it to rip or tear, excuse me, when you're trying to get things in and out of it. So now I'm just marking, I'm sorry, my voice is going on me. I wanted to be on top of my sewing. I didn't want to have this go over my sewing, have my pocket. I wanted my sewing to show the stitching. So that's what I was looking at. So I'm going to trim it. This is a very tiny pocket. Should have lifted it up. Nope, that's fine. That'll be absolutely perfect. I'm going to put these two together right here. And I'm going to round the corners because the corners are round at the bottom, and it will just look like it goes better. So I'm going to pop it on just like that. I am going to run my ink, but I'm using frayed burlap. And then let's do this one right here. So we've got the extra little piece. It'll be just fine. Let's go ahead, line that up on my grid, and I'm going to fold it over. It just helps me make my fold straight. It's a tool that I use on the grid, the lines. It helps me so much. Alrighty, so then we've got that. Now let's look. Maybe we should make a bigger pocket here. We can do that. I'll put this bottom on a line and then pull it up right about there. There we go. I'm going to mark it right here. I'm going to mark right here. Oh, it's a little bit too, I think I better higher, a little bit higher. Right? So let's cut that one off first so this will fit into the grid. Where did I mark that, for heaven's sakes? Oh, there it is. I lost my mark there. Okay, and I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to put these two pieces, roll it. I'm just rolling it, I'm not folding it, just so I can get my corner punched. Run my sponge on here just to give it a little bit of color. It's a beautiful pocket. Pretty paper. Alrighty, and then let's pop them on. So we're going to glue this one right here. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I'm holding my thumb to tell me, and sometimes I have to be told, don't put your glue there, you're making a pocket. It's a nice reminder for me. And adding my glue, and then just putting your paper right where you want it for your pocket. Move it over just a tiny bit. There's our pocket on that one. And then doing the same. So sorry guys, it's that crazy allergy. I've been working in the garden a lot every afternoon or every morning whenever it is I get out there. And it's just, it always affects my voice so much. So I'm very sorry about that. I'm not sick, it's those crazy allergies. Okay, so then we've got our pockets on. Yay! Now let's get our papers in, our flip. So what I've got here is I've got two coffee dyed copy weight papers, two of them. I'm going to fold it the long way. Right here. Let's fold this one the long way. Okay, then let's take notebook, lined notebook paper, a coffee dyed. Let's fold this a long way. So we've got a lined book page and a copy weight paper that's coffee dyed. Oh my goodness. One in each bundle. Okay, for each little piece of ephemera that we're making. I'm going to bring in my guillotine, and I am going to trim this. Actually, I think I'm going to mark it first. It might be easier. I'm going to use a paper clip, and I'm going to mark or hold my papers and bring this in right here. And that way we just cut it once. Hold it up here like this. And I'm going to, where's my pencil? There it is. I'm going to mark it about right there. And then I want it to be about right Yeah, about right here will be just fine. So let's mark that first, or let's cut this part first, the bottom. Okay, and now we're cutting this part, which is going to separate all of our pieces. Just lining it up here and giving it a look to see if I don't want to be crooked. All right, now all of our pages are loose, right? I'm going to do the exact same thing to these two. I am going to, this is where I was saying, don't round your corners up here. This is going to fit right up here under this flap. And because it's straight here, it's just going to look a little better if you don't round your corners up here. But down here, you most definitely can round your corners. And then you can determine how you want to place your papers. I like to make like copy weight, then a line, and then line, or like that, or you could do it the other way around. I think I want mine the other way around. I want to have solid on the front because I want to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm putting this all back together. If you have a stapler, if you have one of those staplers, you can staple right across here. Because I have sewn, I am going to take it to my machine and I'm going to sew right here. I'm also going to take my sponge and I'm just going to brush, not all the pages, just the top page. And then after I get that done, so trimming the other one, I'm going to round the bottom. I'm going to ink around the edge in the first page, and I'm going to sew around the top. You can staple if you don't have a sewing machine. Then we're going to stamp. We're going to pop it in. We're going to put our closure on. We got a few more steps here, guys. So let me get the other page ready, and I'll be right back. I've got my two booklets. They're all ready. They're sewn. They're inked. They're rounded on the bottom. I've got my large paragraph stamp. It is a faded text background paper crafts. Stampabilities. As far as I know, it's still available. So I love this stamp. It's nice and big, and it's great to use if you want to get some words on your paper. Now, I am not stamping. I'm not putting ink everywhere. I'm just putting it here and there because I don't want it to be stark. I mean, I don't want it to be bold. That's the word. I just want it to be a little bit. I want a little flavor so you know that there are words there, but it's not really, it's not strong. That's what I'm trying to say. Alrighty, I like that look. Now I have a stamp that I've had for a very long time. I just call it my Swirly Whirly. I have no idea where I got it from. I got it before I even started doing YouTube, so I don't know where it came from, but I do think it's pretty. And I wanted to use it for this project. Just, there we go, just a little bit, just a touch of stamp on there. So you use your favorite stamp on yours, and it will turn out perfect. All right, so now we've got this. Let's bring in our little pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue these right where the fold is, right where your flap is. That's where you're going to place these and glue them. I'm going to turn mine this way, and I'm just going to lift it up, and I'm going to take my art glitter glue, and I'm just going to glue right here. Now, if you've used your stapler and you've stapled, then you still are going to need to glue it on, unless you want staples on your back of your project. You don't have to have staples on the back of your project. You can just simply glue your pages in after you stamp. Like I've sewn mine instead of stapling it. So if you want to, you know, staple all the way through, you could. I prefer not to do that. I would rather keep the back of my piece of ephemera nice and smooth and not have the staples there. But that is a choice. It's a personal preference there, making sure everything can still be closed. Pressing it down and making sure the glue is grabbing hold of my papers. Now we've got our pages all placed in there. 2 full pages to journal on or to make notes. Now what I like to do is pull my thumbs down to where it folds and then just fold it. Okay, so now it's going to be folded. Bring in my little dish now, and I'm going to pop, you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to pop a little tiny paper clip right there. It just helps hold it closed. It's not something that you have to have. I just got these little tiny paper clips and I like to use them, and I think they're so cute, and this would be a perfect little place to pop them in, just like that. So cute. Alrighty, so now we're here, and we're going to, I'm going to get my big paper clip and paper clip this closed, because we're going to be putting our closure on, and we're going to be doing a little decorating. Alrighty, so I think turn it this way like this. What I want to do is, here it is, I'm going to bring in this coffee dyed, it's a file folder, coffee dyed file folder, and this is my 1-inch hole punch, and I'm going to punch out 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got those punched out. Now I'm going to, there's 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, and I want my coffee dyed side to be on the outside. I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue up my circle. I'm going to lay my other circle right on top. It just makes it stronger. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing another one. I might want to do that. I kind of like my portfolio closures to be strong, but 2 is definitely plenty. I just kind of think I do overkill on that. Adding my glue and gluing the 2 pieces together. I did an awful lot of glue on that one, so I know it's going to ooze out. Try to line up your circles. Okay, do try to line your circles up. There we are. And I'm doing this right now because I'm going to, I had to shut off an alarm on my phone. I'm going to be punching a hole in these, and because I've added so much glue, we're doing this right now to give them a chance to dry, to the glue to suck in, or the paper to suck up the glue. Okay, so you're using 2 per the circle, so 4 per project. So that's for that one. This is for this one. Let's go ahead and let's decorate a little bit. Look at all of this beautiful crinkle seam binding. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now I have some green in here, and let me dig it out here. I think this green will be beautiful there. And ooh, how about if we use that shade? That shade's lovely too. Now I am going to bring in my hot glue gun, and the reason why I use hot glue, I use them in my videos, I use it as when I make my videos, It's quick, it's easy, it's permanent, it dries, it's not going to move on me. It's, you know, it's a done deal once I get it down. Now, the art about this, or the special, really special thing about this, is you don't have to like pleat it a lot. It's already all kind of pleated up for you. Right here where the fold is for the flap, that's where I'm starting with my glue, right here. And so I'm just adding my glue, and you can use your glue, whatever glue that you like to use with fabric. That will be the perfect glue for you to use with your crinkled seam binding. Whichever glue is your go-to glue, then that's what you should use. And I'm just laying it down, really. I'm going to catch that little corner right there, put a little bit more glue on the corner. And I do mine in sections because hot glue dries so very quickly that I don't want to have a big glob of glue and not be able to get my item on it fast enough, and then, you know, there I got a big glob of glue, right? So that's why I do mine in sections. If you're working with like a fabric tech, you could go ahead and put all your glue on. You wouldn't have to wait. Now I'm just trimming here just to get my corners trimmed. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That is gorgeous. Okay, so let's get to the green one. And let's see how beautiful. Find my end. Here's my end. And let's do this green one. And adding my glue around the corner there. Just simply popping my crinkled seam binding on. She has lots of bundles of different colors. You guys, you'll just like go, oh, I want that one, and oh, I'll take that one and that one. But you have a coupon, remember? You have a coupon. So, hey, that is always a really good thing to have a coupon. All right, and the link to her shop will be right there. You can just click it, and it'll take you right to her shop. Okay, so trimming. Right here. Turn it so I can get to it. Oh, I do love green. I think green is a beautiful color. All right, so now we've got our circles. Let me move this. Nope, I still need that. Sorry. Let's make our punch. I'm using the smallest hole punch here, and I'm going to punch it as best I can for the middle. And then I'm going to take this one and I'll put it on top of this one and line it all up. And then I'm going to take my pencil and mark. This is where I need to make my hole. That's important because you want your circles to match up. And if you just punch freehand one and freehand the other, they won't match up. All right, so we've got them and they match up. Our holes match up. I'm going to take my brad, pop it through. I've got both of them here. Pop them through both of them and open it up. Okay, press it down so it's really open, you know, well, open well. And I'm finding my middle, using my grid to find the middle. It's about right. It's about right there. So the middle's going to be about right here. I'm just going to add a little dot just so I don't lose it. As I pick up my glue and I put my glue on the back side and then pop this right on, just like that. Well, that's a beautiful color, isn't it? That's so beautiful. And then this one, we're going to do the exact same thing. You first put a hole in one of them and you find the center as best as possible. Okay, and then you put one on top of the other like this, and you make a mark. It's telling you that's where you need to put the next hole. So pop that hole out. You get your brad, and we're going to put these two together. Put your brad through there. Don't do that. Put your brad through there. I'm going to open this up. We have not found the center yet. Let's find the center. It's about right there. We're going to add our glue, and I think it's time for a new glue stick. Yep. Add your glue. Pop it right on there. Okay. Now what I want to do, I am looking for something here. When I looked at this one with the book page, I said, oh, this needs a little extra type of label. I was using labels, but this, look at there. Isn't that perfect? That's a perfect label. Now these labels that I'm using are from By J. Lee Lou, and I will link that shop down below. I'm going to remove my clips now, and I'm going to pop that right on there just like that. So getting my art glitter glue, and I'm going to pop it on right there. I think that's perfect. I love the fact that that is botanical. I'm also going to pop a little bit of bling, some flat back pearls. I'm going to lay them right there on the side. Pop them on just like that. Now here, there's this one that's really pretty. It's the colors. Let's see if I can get this one out. I kind of lost it there. I was thinking this one would be pretty. Oh, it is pretty there. Okay, let's grab our little inker and let's ink this up. Can't wait to see what these look like all put together. Oh, it's so exciting. So very exciting. And adding our glue. Put it on this side. Just like that. And let's see. We could put our bling. No. We could put our bling down here. How about if I put our bling right here? So I'm going to put our bling in a different spot, and it doesn't all have to be the same. Now, I have got some baker's twine. There's green, and there's red or pink or burgundy, I'm not real sure. What you want to do is you want to take your string, your baker's twine, your ribbon, whatever it is. Remember, we have two circles here. You want to put the string between the two circles. I always like to tie my knot in the direction in which we're going to be pulling the string, and that's downwards. So I'm going to tie a knot, and you're going to pull it till it reaches that brad there inside of the circle. Make a knot. Take your scissors and trim it. Then take your baker's twine and go around. I just like to go around once usually, all the way around. I'm going to cut it, and I always like to put a knot in my baker's twine. As you notice, baker's twine is twisted colors usually, and it will untwist, and then there you'll be. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? That is so cute. I absolutely love that, how that turned out. It's always like Christmas morning when, as a kid, you know, and you don't know what you're getting, and you open it up and you're so excited. Well, this is how I feel when I finish a project, and I'm not really positive how it's going to, you know, actually look once it's said and done. And then when it comes together and you're so excited, that's me. That's me with crafting. I don't know, that's just goofy me. I do get excited, and it makes me so very happy when things come together. Use your book pages, use your paper pads, use your digitals, use some magazine pictures, whatever you have. Get some cardstock, and you can make two out of one piece of cardstock with just a little bit of time, and you will have a beautiful creation that you have made. If you love this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.